All right, what up, y'all? Let's get to it. It's late. We putting in work. It's late. We just got off of a training call. Wednesday is my training calls for my community. We just jumped off of that call. Had a really dope training tonight. We looked at what I just put in the heading tonight. That's what we covered tonight. $300 land. Now, get it out your head when I say $300 land. No, this is not going to be in Beverly Hills. This is not going to be, it's not even pretty land. It's not. So I posed the question to you, the same question that I posed to my community. What is a good deal to you? What does that look like, right? I know what the prices you can sell them for. How do I know what the prices you can sell them for? Because my community has bought several of them and they've sold several of them, right? So is it a good deal? If you could buy for $300 and sell for $900, that's tripling your money. Is that a good investment, right? My personal opinion, for me, where I'm at in my land investing journey and career, for me, I'm not interested in it. For me personally, myself. But for others, I'm not frowning on any money. Does that make sense to you, right? Buy for $300. Sell for $900 on the low end. On the high end, it's not going to go too high. Max, you're going to sell for $1,500 in this area. It's not a pretty area at all. But, however, what if you bought 5 of those? What if you bought 6, 7 of those pieces and you made, you tripled your money on each of them? It's called investing. That's what I be trying to tell people, right? It's investing. You're tripling your money on those deals. So that's what we covered tonight. That's what's inside of my community. That's what's, if you were a member of my community, you would be on that list tonight if you like to be, because we give those lists to you and we tell you how to comb through those lists. So that's what members of my tax deed community, we spent some time on that tonight. And that's coming from what we call a land bank. I don't talk about a lot about land banks because most land banks don't allow you to buy and sell properties. However, we have identified a few that do allow you to buy and sell properties, right? Most land banks, the functionality of a land bank is typically to revitalize a neighborhood, right? Whether that's through vacant land or whether that's through an existing structure, right? It's usually going to be in an area that's not so well or doing so well. Homes usually are dilapidated, and there's usually a lot of vacant lots in these areas that land banks looks to set up in. Most of them across the country. There's a lot of land banks across the country. However, the ones that we want to participate in, because we are considered to be land flippers, right? We flip land. We're looking to make money immediately and fast as possible. That's why we want to identify which land banks allow us with no restrictions, that allow us to just buy them for the price that they're offering. And we do whatever we like to do once we become the owner of those. So $300 land deals. Don't be a cheapskate, and because I said $300, get excited, because that's just one place, right? The goal is not just to focus on cheap stuff, but it is there. It is available, all right? What else did we focus on in our training tonight? We focused on a deal that we just put in, Acre Boys deal. This is one of my personal deals we went over tonight. We bought 19 acres last week. I believe Thursday we purchased 19 acres for $52,000. That's a long cry from $300, right? This is a whole nother program. We offer 2 programs if you don't know. We offer what we call tax deed investing. That's where you're going to find those little denominations, those $300 land deals, $500 land deals. And we offer a program where I spend most of my time doing on a personal level. This is what I do for a living, is through this program where we buy and sell land of any acreage size throughout the country. So we picked up 19 acres for $52,000 last Thursday. And I was waiting for a realtor that I'm working with to go out and see it in person so we can get an honest evaluation and what we wanted to list the property for. So my realtor finally got out there, took some pictures of the property, walked the property, so we can get it listed on the market. And we settled on listing it for $158,000. So that's potentially $100,000 flip on that property, right? So super excited about that. If we have plenty of room to be flexible. We bought for 52, list price is 158. Make an offer. That's what I say to people that's coming to view the property. Trust me, you won't offend me with any offer that you make me. Like, I love when I have these wide spreads and these wide gaps, because somebody comes, a smart aleck, he may come along and say, hey, I'll give you 125. I'm going to say to him, I'll renegotiate and shoot back a price at him and see if we can settle somewhere. But he thinks he's doing, getting a hell of a deal. And back of my mind, he has no clue that I'm only in for 52,000. So that's the advantage of getting them at a good price on the front end, so we can be flexible on the back end. But this may not be something that is even a negotiating this piece of property. A lot of times when you have hot properties, they go so fast, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what this property does. I believe it's going to go fast, but let's see. Let's see what happens. I never know. Only thing I do know is that it always sells when you buy it right. Good land always sells. Only two reasons that it don't sell. Either you didn't buy a good piece or it's priced too high. Those are the two reasons, top two reasons that we find that land doesn't sell. You bought it. You bought the wrong piece. Maybe you didn't do all your homework. It floods. It's not suitable for residential if it's in a residential area or something like that. Or you have it priced too high. Those are the two reasons that we find that it does not sell and sell rather quickly. So hope y'all had a good day. My day was semi-productive. You ever had those kind of days to where you, it's like a blah day, like you should be working, but you find yourself just looking at the work instead of actually doing the work? You have to push through at those times, right? Like I'm 7 days, pretty much 7 days if I'm not like on vacation or something like that. 7 days inside of the space. So sometimes we experience like a burnout phase during the course of the week. You're not going to run 100 miles per hour all day for 7 days a week. You're going to slow down. That's just the ebbs and flow of life. That's just how it is. You're going to be up more than usual at times, and you're going to be down sometimes. But I've experienced that you have to try to find a balance and be conscious minded that that's happening to you at that time. So I found myself today in one of those moments, because I always got something to do. And sometimes I hit these moments to where it's like, I'm looking at the work instead of actually doing the work. So I got to tell myself, look, snap out of it. Just move slow. Get something done. And that's how we move the needle. Just make sure you're getting something done for the day. I don't know if you can see this, but you can see I keep a list. And as long as you're checking off the list, that means that you're being productive. That means that something is happening, right? Don't do nothing. Write it down and check it off the list. That's how we assure that something is happening, regardless of how we feel. Whether we feel down, whether it's a blah moment, we don't feel like working, check something off the list daily. And that's how you move the needle. If it's only one thing, that means you've done 5 things for the week. Me, I try to do, and I write down several things. Today I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things done. What did I accomplish off of that list? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 4 out of 7 things done that was on my list for today. The other 3 things, guess what? They'll go on my list for tomorrow. So those would be the top 3 things that I look to accomplish. But start where you're at. Just make sure you got a list. Right? Just make sure you got a list and you're checking it off. Masterclass tomorrow. For those that want to attend our masterclass, comment the word masterclass now. You'll be sent a registration link. Join us tomorrow. We are in conjunction tomorrow with our good brother and friend 19 Keys and his community on that masterclass tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he'll be dipping his head in and shedding some words to everybody that attends that masterclass. So comment the word masterclass to get yourself registered. What do we do at that masterclass? We explain everything that we started off speaking about. We explain where you can find $300 deals from. We explain where you can find deals for. Oh, let me tell you, one of my investors tonight, we reviewed one of his lands, 1 acre. He bought for $1,250, $1,250. So y'all be missing out. Y'all be missing out while deals be going on right underneath your nose, right? One of my investors, $1,250. He bought an acre of land. He came to the training tonight and said, Ray, I got my deed in the mail. What should I list the property at? And I said, let's go take a look. Let's go see what we see in the area, and I'll give you my opinion on what you should list the property at. I don't tell people what to do. I just give my opinion. And if that's fine with you, a lot of them do exactly what I say. Some of them take it, they tweak it. That's all we want to do is point you in the right direction, right? So he bought for $1,250 an acre of land from a tax sale auction, right? They do exist. If you didn't know, they're happening right now. If you were inside of the community, dear people, you would be able to go and participate on that list as well. So he bought for $1,250. He asked, what should I sell it for? What should I sell this acre for? He asked two of them, one right around the corner from the other. And we went and done the homework, and we saw things selling for lowest property that we saw in that area, $11,000. Highest property went up to $27,000. Now that's a huge disparage, 11 and 27,000. So I gave him some advice on how to tell which properties are what, right? Because when you're dealing with tax bought properties, you're going to receive what we call a quick claim deed. Quick claim deeds will sell less. Warranty deeds will sell for max value. So that $27,000 that I just mentioned, that potentially could have been a warranty deed. That $11,000 property that I just mentioned, that could have been a quick claim deed. So we have to figure those things out. I gave him advice on how to figure those things out. However, we're winning regardless because we're in at $1,250. And the lowest thing on the market is $11,000. My advice to him was, if you want a quick sale, list it for $10,500. Put yours right underneath what the lowest thing on the market is at. Anytime you have properties that's the lowest on the market, it get the most eyes on them because everybody loves a deal. So that was my advice. Put it on the market for $10,500. If you want to sell it really fast, put it on the market for $9,500. You only paid $1,250. That's an excellent come up, in my opinion. If I pay $1,200 and I can sell it for $9,000, I'm taking it all day. And I advise you to do the same and go and get more and rinse and repeat and do it all over again. So that was my advice to him. That's another auction that's currently inside of the community that I want you to experience, right? But y'all got to start putting your money where your mouth is. And the best way to do that is to come to this masterclass and see what in detail of what all of this stuff we're talking about is hitting for. And we'll break it down for you. You'll make some decisions, right? Right. The biggest thing that we could do is miss out on opportunity, right? Opportunity is a stubborn entity that could care less if you miss out on it or not. So we have to be proactive. And when we hear these kind of things, right? I'm not just on here at 9-something at night, just saying these things to, persuade or get somebody excited. I'm just telling you what the truth of the matter is. I'm just telling you what the facts is. I'm just telling you what's out there. I'm just a reporter. I'm in the space. I'm in the space with you. And that's how I know firsthand, because this is not something that I'm preaching. This is not something that I'm Google searching. This is something that I do on a daily basis. So I know like the back of my hand, as sure of it is looking like this, I know it like the back of my hand. I know what these prices are. I know what these areas are doing because we're in it and we teach it, and not only teach it, we do it at the same time as you. So if any of this makes sense, comment the word masterclass, get yourself in the room. We won't be on this live for a long time. It's getting kind of late. I'm going to go have myself a nightcap in the form of a cup of tea. And I think I'm going to lay it down, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning and we'll write a list and knock off that list the same way we did today. That would be my advice to you too. Get yourself a list and knock things off it. My other advice would be smart and show up to that masterclass tomorrow. Comment masterclass, get yourself registered. Come do some land with the Acre Boys. Peace. Love, y'all.